Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to Polyglot once again as always. Today is Friday, May 20th. So that means I've been studying Korean for 20 days now because I started on the 1st. So as you can see from the title below, I hit a plateau in Korean. So I'm gonna try now. I wanted to try out this new approach. I wanted to actively try this out for a while, but I never really had a chance, and I was always scared that I would lose my progress or whatever. Anyway, what I want to try now is because I've hit a plateau, and because language learning and weightlifting or working out are very similar to each other. If you're working out and then you hit a plateau, then it's best to change up the exercises or whatever, because your body gets used to doing the same exercises over and over and over and over and over again. So if you change it up, then you can trick your body into growing faster. So the same thing applies to language learning. So because I've been doing Korean every day for 20 days now, and just studying Korean hardcore every day. What I'm going to do now is very analogous to the analogy I just mentioned about working out. Is I'm going to change it up. So I'm going to take a break from actively studying Korean for, I think it's going to be about 9 days now, because I started on Wednesday, and I'm going to actively study Italian while getting in a lot of passive Korean. So I'm gonna be listening to a lot of Korean podcasts, a lot of Korean YouTube vlogs, and just consuming as much passive Korean as possible. I'm also gonna try and speak it as much as possible too, but I'm not gonna be actively studying it for the next couple of days, just until I can get over this plateau. I came up with this whole approach I think it was last year, because last year I tried to learn Russian, and anyone who's tried to learn Russian knows Russian is hard. Russian is absolutely ridiculous if you're a native English speaker. I'm not trying to discourage anybody. It's completely attainable. It's just difficult. So what happened with Russian is I was doing Russian hardcore for a while, and then I kind of got bored and I wanted to learn Catalan. So I stopped learning Russian and then went on to Catalan, and I'd hit a plateau in Russian. I'd gotten pretty far in the books, but then I just hit a plateau. It was just really hard. The grammar was confusing me and everything, so I stopped. And then I did Catalan for a bit, and then I think it was, I don't know, a month into Catalan, or a month and a half or something. I think I was at a language meetup maybe. I'm not really sure where I was, but someone approached me, or I approached them, and we ended up speaking Russian, and I was able to actually hold a decent conversation. It was very basic, obviously, and my grammar was absolute trash, but I was able to hold a decent conversation that I couldn't hold when I was actively studying it. And then it made me realize that through just not actively studying Russian and just passively listening to it, I was able to overcome the plateau and then learn to speak more fluently. And I had the same experience with Danish. When I was actively studying Danish, and I tried to watch Danish TV series that I could find on YouTube, I couldn't really understand. And then I stopped studying Danish actively and took a break, and then I decided to just randomly toss on a Danish vlog afterwards, and I listened to it, and my comprehension had gone up. So I want to try the same approach with Korean, because I've seen that it's worked in the past. So I want to try it again, but this time consciously. So I'm going to do Italian for about 9 more days, because I started on Wednesday. I have to check the books. I'm not sure how long it will take to complete each book, but it should be around 9 days. And if anybody's wondering what books I'm using, I'm using Asimil, which is a French book. They have an English book, but they just released this new book when I started learning Italian, so I decided to get the new one because it looked cool. And then there was also this book here, Living Language Italian. This is actually one of the first language books that I ever got when I started learning German, which was at the beginning of the serious polyglot grind back in 2008. This is one of the books that I remember getting for Christmas. I got Living Language Italian and Living Language German, and I've wanted to go through this book since then. So I'm finally going through the book. So these are the 2 books I'm using. I'm really hoping that this helps me get over the plateau. I'm hoping that once I'm finished with Italian, after these 9 days or however long it takes, and then I dive back into Korean again, hardcore, that I'll be over the plateau and that I can speak more fluently, and that the stuff that didn't make sense before will hopefully fall into place. And there's 2 things I wanted to mention. The first thing is, one of the things I want to take from this is I wanted to learn how to effectively do two languages at the same time. Like obviously only one is being actively studied at this given time, but I want to see if I can like balance both. I know it's like I don't recommend doing it like I don't speak Italian that well, so I don't recommend doing this because like if you're a beginner in both of them, like I'm not really a beginner in Italian. I'm like an upper beginner or something. Like I can have basic conversations and all that stuff. So I'm not starting from scratch. But I don't recommend like studying two languages or learning two languages that you're a beginner in at the same time because like you'll mix them up. Even though Korean and Italian are completely different, like still you can still I don't know, you might confuse yourself and you kind of like waste brain power. It's better just to focus on one at a time. But because my Italian is like I would consider it just good enough that it's like safe to do this. That's why I'm gonna do this. And the other thing is, and I found this kind of interesting. Today I went to go take a nap, and before I fell asleep, I was watching a Korean YouTube vlog, and I remember I fell asleep to the Korean YouTube vlog, and then my dream ended up being in Korean. At least it seemed like Korean. Like everyone around me in the dream was speaking in Korean, which was interesting. Like my Korean is not good enough that I could understand everything they were saying, but I was aware of the fact that it was Korean because I could pick out a couple words. So like I thought that was really cool because it normally takes a lot longer like for me to like dream in a different language, if it even happens. Because like for example, like I studied Dutch kind of intensively back in the past, but like I've never dreamt in Dutch ever. And I've had like two German dreams like ever like it like hardly ever happened, so I thought that was really cool and really like motivating to have a dream in Korean like this early on, like only 20 days in. So I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, I'll keep everybody posted with how this goes, with how this new approach goes. This hopefully I'll get over the plateau or whatever. I guess I'll be finding out in about 9 days. But anyway, I'll keep everybody posted with how this goes. Anyway, thank you for watching.